Allah. People don't like VEEKEE James. They don't like VEEKEE James at all. So VEEKEE James posted this on Instagram. I think she deleted herself. She posted POV. This could be you and somebody's son, but you like your mentor and handsome with perfect set of teeth, 100% financial responsibility, impeccable dress sense, very spiritual yet with a touch of bad boyness. Hey, yeah, queen of standards. They dear. They play dear. After she posted this, people are coming up with different opinions, blah, blah, blah. They can just publicly admit that she settled for less is crazy, Sha. Even if you are the breadwinner, you can't post things like that. To be honest, she didn't mean it that way. I know so many people don't like her. And it's not because, I won't blame them, it's because she does too much. I feel like VEEKEE James has a good personality, but, they're showing the, social media validation and all that for her husband and everything. She didn't really mean it that way. She's just trying to advise people, singles and all that stuff, don't. She didn't say she settled for less. She just said, do the right. Don't give high standards. That was what she was just trying to say. That was it. I don't really say anything bad with what she posted because people are actually twisting it and everything because they don't like her. For real. But then again, VEEKEE James is not someone to be advising ladies, singles about marriage. Where did she even get married? God, I beg. Is it 1 to 2 years that she got married and she's already advising singles about marriage? What is she even about marriage? She's still fresh. You can start advising people about marriage when you've spent 10 years in your marriage. Even 10 years, it doesn't guarantee anything. She's still fresh. And then she's saying standards, blah, blah, blah. Kinikon. We know the story, Sha. All this stuff she's just saying. We know the story. How she met Femi and everything. She's not the person to be advising anyone. For you, anybody. Well, they'll be fine. Sincerely speaking. This could be you, somebody, you like your mentor and handsome. If Femi was, will you go for him? VEEKEE. All the best. Mr. and Mrs. VEEKEE James.
These are the issues, a lot of people have so many things to say about VEEKEE James, that why is she telling the world that Femi is not doing well, Femi is not financially stable, Femi is not this, Femi is not that, is not providing for the family. She didn't need to say that to the world. They didn't need to know. You need to cover up for Femi as far as she has married him. And some people are saying VEEKEE is gradually drifting from the reason people knew her as the baddest fashion designer. Her dresses have won the AMVCAs and all of that. She's one of the best fashion designers in Nigeria. That is what people knew her for. But all of a sudden, she has just drifted from the main issue people knew her from. But I feel that VEEKEE James, if you look at VEEKEE very well from the family background she comes from, she has said that she suffered a lot growing up and she didn't want to go through that route again. So I feel that she just tried to do too many things, creating content in the process, not so that she doesn't visit poverty again, because poverty is not sweet. It's not a sweet place to be. So now she did a video with her husband. I think they were either FaceTiming or WhatsApp call. I think it should be FaceTime. And then apparently she traveled and her husband is not with her. And then they did FaceTiming, and she now posted and said this would have been you and your boo, but you have decided that you want somebody who is already made, somebody who you will not struggle with, somebody that, especially those women, single women that have money, they are still looking for somebody that is so powerful and wealthy and all. And that she's showing the world that she's the one taking care of the whole family. She's the one catering for Femi, and Femi is doing nothing. Guys, do not forget that those VEEKEE James and Femi, the husband, are both content creators right now. They do content together. So you can't say VEEKEE James is the one sorting everything financially. Yes, VEEKEE James's money is long. She has a lot of money, but that doesn't still mean that VEEKEE James is the one footing all the bills, because there are other things that VEEKEE James and her husband do together that brings in money. Like they have the gift shop where they just wrap hamper and send to people, and they started it in December when they launched it. So it all begins with how you want people to perceive you. Now people still see her like the VEEKEE James, the badass fashion designer. She's creative and all that. She doesn't replicate styles, she creates styles herself. Just yesterday she brought out one style. She talked about how she was told to replicate it, but she still did something that was totally different from the actual style that she was given. And that says a lot about her when it comes to creativity. She's a great creative head or creative director. But the truth is that the reason people are dragging VEEKEE and saying, oh, why did she talk about her husband with those kind of write up, that the POV is even here. For those of you who might be able to read it, you can see it's here. This could be you, but you have decided to, put your standards too high. It's not like VEEKEE is saying that you should not have a high standard. She's not saying that, but I feel that she's just saying that women should let down their guards a little. Like, they should not put too much pressure on the kind of man they want, as far as he has a good heart. So VEEKEE James and her husband Femi, they have an Instagram page which can be monetized. I don't know if I've checked to see if it's monetized. I didn't check. And also they also have a YouTube channel that should be monetized by now. So all of this, you can't say that VEEKEE is still the one bringing the money. And this guy is saying that VEEKEE should not be the one advising people in marriage. See, that's not the truth. I remember being in marriage for like, I think just a year. I don't know if I was even up to a year. A woman then who had been married for 16 years. Yes, I think she was married for either 16 years at that time, or maybe 15, or there were about 14, 15 years. And she had serious issues with her husband. And then she called my husband, and my husband was not available. So my husband sent me to go see her. So when I got there, she told me everything that happened. I just gave her just an advice. I told her, please stop rushing to your husband. You drive all the way from Abuja to go and see your husband's girlfriend that they told you. Somebody is in the estate who tells you the girls are coming, who slept over, how you have come there one time to meet your husband and you saw hair nets in his room and all of that. I'm like, don't do that. You want to unalive yourself. At the end of the day, he will marry that one and your children will suffer. Then I spoke to her. I told her that even your husband's phone, no need, don't search it. Just have peace. You understand? Whenever he does those things, just tell him you're not happy about what he's doing. Talk to him about it, but please don't ever drive all the way to go and fight another woman. It is not good. At the end of the day, when I was done talking to her, she told me, thank you very much. As in, nobody has ever spoken to me this way. Everybody has always said, don't worry, we'll talk to your husband, we'll settle it. But nobody has ever put me in the picture. But you put me in the picture. You cared about me and you wanted me to be safe also. Yes, and all that. And she was so happy. Until tomorrow, she looks at me with that kind of maturity, because this is somebody that is in her 50s already. She's in her 50s. She's in her early 50s. She's already 50 something. At the time I got married, I married in my 20s. So you can imagine that. So in all of this, I want to say that it's not about how long people have been in marriage that they can. There are people who just go through marriage. They don't learn anything. They can't give anything. They just go through it. But there are people who are ready and deliberate to learn in that marriage. So they can actually give advice. So it's not the length of marriage. Because I had a schoolmate who divorced her husband after 10 years of marriage. She left the marriage. So you can imagine that kind of person. So it's not about the length of the years, as I said earlier. So VEEKEE James, they are saying VEEKEE James is being distracted. She's no longer concentrating on what she's not concentrating on what she's supposed to do. But it's good, because what VEEKEE James is doing now, she's distracting the public from asking her when she will give birth. Because ordinarily by now, therefore, don't they drag her? When are you giving birth? When will you be pregnant? So they're not asking her that. She's seriously engaging people, and now they're saying, why would she expose her husband, that he's not financially stable? That's not a good thing to say. And some people say she deleted it, meaning that maybe someone she respects, because she doesn't allow these things get to her. So maybe someone she respects had told her to pull down the post, and she did. I don't know. So guys, let me know your thoughts on the comment section about VEEKEE James and all of this, and the way she's seriously distracting people from being womb washers, finding out whether she's pregnant or not. Because by now they would have been pulling her. VEEKEE James, when are you going to be pregnant too? But now she's giving people content from cooking, gift items, sewing clothes, brand ambassadorship and deals and all of those things, and doing lovey-dovey with her husband, giving us the couple thing. And there was this challenge she did with her husband, and she said that her husband does not clean his butt. I think he or his wife, I can't remember who was the person who was not cleaning their butt well. Okay, I think she said the husband. So that kind of a thing now, if they break up, God forbid, if they have any issue, that somebody will say, she left because the husband could not clean his butt well. So all of these things people should. And then he said she sleeps and snores. See, these are things people normally do not need to know. But what's your thoughts on the comment? People are saying she's doing too much. Is she really doing too much? Let's know your thoughts on the comment section.